Imagine the scene. It is the beginning of 2027. You wake up on the day your benefits are deposited. You pour your morning coffee and log in to view your bank statement. You look closely at the digits on the monitor, but something feels off. While your payment did increase, it was only by a tiny amount. You start calculating. You remember the government promising a raise, a cost of living boost to help with expenses. However, after Medicare subtracted its portion, your actual gain is virtually non-existent. Meanwhile, food prices have climbed. Fuel is more expensive. Your prescriptions cost more than ever. Yet, your monthly income has hardly budged. You lean back and wonder if the situation will ever improve. Currently, the outlook is grim unless you understand the coming shifts and perform 3 vital actions before this year concludes. The events unfolding within the Social Security system right now in 2026 are creating a quiet storm where your 2027 payments could end up significantly lower than you anticipate. Stay tuned. Hello and welcome. I am an expert in retirement finance and senior policy analysis. My goal is to explain official government data in simple terms before it impacts your livelihood. Today, I will break down the actual statistics regarding the 2027 Social Security forecast. We will discuss what the inflation estimates really mean, the projected Medicare hikes for next year, and how a potential 24% benefit reduction in 2032 would impact your life. While these figures are unsettling, it is better to understand the reality today than to be shocked by your balance in January. Please watch until the end because the third step I will share is one that most retirees overlook, yet it is the most effective way to safeguard your income for the future. Consider the story of a retiree named Robert. Robert is currently 70 years old. He left the workforce 5 years ago after nearly 4 decades of service as an industrial electrician. His monthly benefit amount is $2,071. When the 2.8% adjustment for 2026 was first made public, Robert felt encouraged. It meant an extra $56 every month. He began planning how to use that money, perhaps for a new pair of eyeglasses, a minor porch repair, or just some relief from high utility bills. When January arrived, Robert checked his account. His deposit had only grown by $38, not $56. He consulted his daughter, who checked the official Medicare data. The monthly premium for Part B had risen from $185 to nearly $203. Almost $18 was gone before the check even reached him. Robert was annoyed, but he accepted it, thinking that receiving something was better than nothing. However, Robert had made a significant error. In 2024, he had sold a piece of property, which resulted in a one-time capital gain on his tax filings. The Social Security Administration used that 2024 tax data to set his 2026 Medicare costs. As a result, Robert was charged an extra monthly fee of over $81 on top of the base premium. He had no idea this was happening. He simply assumed the deduction was a standard part of the system. Over the course of a year, Robert overpaid more than $970 in premiums, funds he will never see again. Now, looking toward 2027, Robert is facing the exact same trap because Medicare costs are expected to climb while the cost of living adjustment stays low. Robert has taken no preventative measures. Today, I want to ensure you avoid that same path. Let's examine exactly what the formal reports indicate. No rumors, no hype, just the data. What is the outlook for the 2027 cost of living adjustment? The official announcement won't happen until the middle of October 2026. We are still several months away from a confirmed percentage. However, early data provides a glimpse. A leading senior advocacy group is currently estimating a 2.8% increase for 2027. This matches the adjustment seen in 2026. If this estimate is accurate, the typical retirement check would move from $2,024 to roughly $2,081. This is a monthly increase of about $57. That figure should sound familiar because it is almost identical to what occurred last year, and we are well aware of what happened to that $57. Medicare claimed nearly $18 of it before you even had a chance to spend it. Now we must ask, what is Medicare expected to do in 2027? Understanding these projections is vital. According to the federal trustees who manage Medicare's budget, Part B premiums are estimated to rise by an average of 6.4% every year between 2027 and 2031. Let that figure sink in for a moment. Your Social Security raise is estimated at 2.8%, while Medicare costs are growing at 6.4%. The divide between what you gain and what is taken away is expanding annually. In 2026, Medicare's cost jump was 9.7%, while your raise was only 2.8%. This meant a third of your increase was lost immediately. If current projections are right, 2027 will see a repeat of this cycle. Experts warn that when medical costs consistently outpace benefit raises, the quality of life for American seniors steadily declines. This isn't a temporary glitch, it is a long-term trend that has been intensifying. I also need to highlight a hidden cost that could cancel out your entire raise. It is known as the Income-Related Monthly Adjustment Amount, or IRMAA. This is a supplemental Medicare fee that applies to retirees whose income surpassed specific levels 2 years prior. In 2026, if your individual income in 2024 was over $109,000 or $218,000 for a couple, you are paying this extra fee. These surcharges can range from an extra $81 to nearly $500 per person every month. The part that catches people off guard is that the government doesn't look at last year's earnings. They look back 2 years. Therefore, your current 2026 costs are based on your 2024 taxes. Right now, your 2027 costs are being determined by your 2025 tax return. Think back to your finances in 2025. Did you sell a home? Did you withdraw a large sum from an IRA? Did you perform a Roth conversion? If so, you could face a surcharge in 2027 that completely absorbs your inflation raise. If you aren't watching for this, you'll simply see your check remain flat and won't understand why. Now let's look at the bigger picture. The 24% reduction looming in 2032. We need to look further ahead because a deadline is approaching that most seniors haven't been clearly warned about. According to reports from the Social Security Trustees and the Congressional Budget Office, the primary trust fund for retirement benefits is expected to run dry by 2033. Some estimates have even moved that date up to 2034. When the funds are exhausted, the law states that Social Security can only distribute what it collects from current workers. Analysts project this would trigger an immediate automatic benefit cut of 24%. For an average benefit of $2,071, that would mean losing about $497 every single month. Your monthly check could plummet from over $2,000 to just $1,174. While the vast majority of retirees are against such cuts, simply opposing them isn't enough to stop them. Congress has yet to provide a solution, and time is running out. This isn't meant to cause panic, but to encourage planning. Retirees who understand these numbers and adjust their financial strategies now will be much better off than those who wait until the crisis hits. There is also a significant wild card affecting the 2027 forecast: energy prices and global conflict. Some top independent researchers have increased their 2027 estimate to 3.2%, which is higher than other advocacy groups. The reason for this shift is the rising price of oil and gas caused by international tensions and military actions in the Middle East. Fuel prices saw a massive spike of over 21% in a single month recently, the sharpest jump in years. While a higher raise sounds positive, there is a catch. These energy hikes also drive up the cost of food, heating, and medicine. A raise caused by high inflation doesn't actually make you wealthier. It just attempts to slow down how quickly your purchasing power disappears. The real concern isn't the percentage of the raise, but how much Medicare will claim from it. That specific number won't be revealed until November 2026. Here are 3 steps you should record and follow right now. Step 1. Analyze your 2025 earnings immediately before Medicare sets your 2027 rates. Since your 2027 premium depends on your 2025 tax return, review that return today. Check your modified adjusted gross income. If it exceeds $106,000 for an individual or $212,000 for a couple, you are likely facing a surcharge. If your income was only high because of a one-time event, like a property sale or a large withdrawal, and your current income is lower, you have the right to request a review. You can submit Form SSA 44 to report a life-changing event. If approved, the government will lower your premium based on your actual current earnings, which could save you hundreds of dollars monthly. Don't wait until January to react. Step 2. Be very deliberate with your 2026 retirement withdrawals. This is a point many advisors miss. Your income this year determines your Medicare costs for 2028. If you take out more than your required minimum distribution, you could accidentally cross the income threshold. That single withdrawal could cost you an extra $80 to $160 in monthly premiums for an entire year. Before you take any extra money out of your accounts in 2026, consult with a tax professional to ensure you aren't triggering a future surcharge. Step 3. Understand your hold harmless protections and the exceptions. Federal law generally prevents your Social Security check from decreasing due to Medicare hikes. This means Medicare can usually only take as much as your raise added. However, this protection does not apply to everyone. It doesn't protect you if you pay the IRMAA surcharge, if you are new to Medicare, or if your state pays your premiums. If you are in one of those groups, Medicare can take your entire raise and more. You must know your status to plan your 2027 budget accurately. The data regarding 2027 raises, medical costs, and trust fund deadlines are not secrets. They are documented in official government and advocacy reports, yet they aren't being discussed widely. This is a major issue because by the time most seniors realize what is happening, it is already January and the money is already gone. You cannot rely on social media algorithms to keep you updated. Vital information about your benefits might not show up until it's too late for you to act. That is why I am asking you to join a dedicated community for senior alerts. By finding reliable ways to track these updates, you can receive real-time information about policy changes and premium hikes directly. It takes only a moment to ensure you are informed, and it could be your most important financial move this year. Lastly, think of a friend or family member who relies on Social Security. They likely expect their check to grow next year and have no idea that Medicare could claim most of it. They probably haven't heard of these surcharges or the 2032 deadline. Share this information with them today. This knowledge is free, but the price of remaining unaware can be thousands of dollars. Thank you for your time. Stay informed, protect your interests, and never stop standing up for the benefits you have earned through your years of hard work. I will see you in the next update.